Hi guys, welcome to another wonderful epic episode of Tasha TV. Today we're going to be talking about something different. As you can see, I'm behind a stack of books, and we all know knowledge is, in between. Like I said, knowledge is power, but nowadays knowledge has been causing a bit of a struggle. There's been a power tussle on social media for a new trending issue in Nigeria, especially on paternity fraud and DNA tests. So a lot of men are saying that for every child that their partner has for them, they will do a DNA test. So today I am going to be interviewing several women to find out what their reaction will be and see if they are going to be happy with the new trend of men doing DNA tests on their partners. So the question today is, will you be happy if you find out that your partner has done a DNA test on your children without your knowledge, or with your knowledge, or if they ask you for a DNA test for the child you have for them? And the second question is, what will be your reaction? So just stay tuned and find out how and what their reactions and what the answers of those women are. Hello.
Hi, my name is Osas Osagidua.
Hello, Osas.
Hi.
Will you be happy if you learn that your husband did a DNA test on your children or your child without your knowledge?
Of course not. Nobody would be happy without my knowledge. Doing a DNA test without my knowledge, of course I won't be happy. I would be mad, like really mad.
So if he does it with your permission, it's okay?
Yeah, it's fine. But first of all, we're going to have a little bit of an issue, because asking me for a DNA test means that you don't trust that the children are yours. So we're going to have to deal with that mistrust first, and to prove that, okay, yeah, the children are actually yours, I'll say fine, go ahead with the DNA test. But after that, I don't know how the relationship is going to be anyways.
Okay. So what would be your reaction?
Honestly, I'm not sure what I will do, because sometimes you feel like, oh, this is what is going to happen when someone does this to me, or when I'm faced with this kind of challenge. But then it just happens, and it may even happen that I'm not able to say a word or anything. But first thing I know is I am going to be seriously mad. How I would react with me being mad is what I don't know. So I may leave the house, I may shout or whatever, but I know it's more than just losing my relationship for. It's not enough for me to lose my relationship for. So I may leave the house to give him space, because it actually means that you don't trust me enough. But then we'll have a lot of sorting out to do. Dear hubby, please trust me enough not to do a DNA without my permission.
Thank you, Sas.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Precious Amori Ose.
Hello, Precious. So the question is, will you be happy if your husband or your partner did a DNA test on your child without your knowledge?
I would not be happy, to be honest. That's like having mistrust. When there's no trust in a relationship, be it marriage or be it just a relationship where you both have kids together, I think that's a terrible thing to work with. So I'm not sure. I know I won't be happy. Okay. Because definitely I would want him to take my permission to, go do a DNA. But how do you get to that point where you start wanting to go do a DNA test without my permission? It means you heard something, and how did you get to that point at all? How did you get to that point too, when you don't trust me enough to know that the kids we have are yours?
So what will be your reaction?
My reaction when I find out my partner does DNA without my permission, to be honest, I'm not there yet. So when you are not in a situation, it's easy for you to just say, I will walk out, I will do this. I'm not sure I would walk out, but at that moment I think we need to take a break for both of us to draw the lines and ask ourselves some real life questions that we've not asked ourselves in the last couple of years before that particular day, I would be really pissed off. Like, I would be mad. But at the same time, he's also human. For him to have, gone to that extent of doing a certain thing, it means something is not right.
Hello guys. So I was asked if I'll be happy if my husband carried out a DNA test on our kids without my knowledge. I wouldn't be happy. Because men, you need to act right. You need to, use your heads. This is the 21st century. Use your head. Act right. Because why would somebody carry another person's child and come and give to you if you don't behave like an idiot? My reaction, this is it. I will be mad, upset.
Will I be happy if I find out that my husband did a DNA test on my child or my children? No, I won't be happy because that's like betraying me. I'll feel betrayed. I won't be happy at all because for me to even choose to marry you in the first place, we should have like a certain level of understanding, a certain level of trust. So you going behind my back to do something like that just breaks everything our marriage stands for. So no, I won't be happy. What will my reaction be? Well, I'm definitely going to confront him. That one is certain. Like, I'm going to put it out to him there that, bro, this thing you did is wrong. Like, it is wrong on every level. You getting married to me, like, you should have a level of respect and a level of trust. And I'm just going to make it known to him that, like, he has broken the trust in our marriage, has broken a whole lot of boundaries. So yeah, I'm going to confront him about it. I might not be all dramatic and screaming and but I'm going to make it known to him how I feel. I'm not going to keep quiet about that. Definitely not.
Hi, my name is Adana. So if I found out my husband did a DNA test, I won't be angry to the fact that he did the DNA test. I'll be angry if he didn't talk to me about it, or if I didn't know he wanted to do it. The fact that he had to go behind my back is enough reason to get me angry, but I don't have an issue with him doing the DNA test. And as for my reaction, I don't think I have any reaction to it. As long as it brings him peace of mind to know that the kids are his, then I'm fine.
Honestly, I'll be mad, but at the same time, it would be hard to be mad. It definitely signifies and spells out a larger issue than just you going to do it spells out, like, literally spells out lack of trust in the relationship. But I would allow him to do the test, just like, okay, whether or not he has done it yet, like, it's fine, but we're going to have to deal with the lack of trust in the relationship and then communicate about it. I'll be seeking therapy. What's the next point of call and all of that? And it's kind of really hard to stay mad because, Nigeria has the second highest rate of paternity fraud in the world, right after Jamaica. And 3 in 10 marriages actually have men raising kids that are not theirs. So it's kind of really, really hard to be mad, to be very honest. But yeah, it would be painful because you don't trust me anymore. I'm your partner, we're supposed to love each other and all of that jazz. But like, yeah.
So guys, you've all heard the responses of these women, and I hope that gives us an insight into how precarious this situation is. To be quite honest, it's a no-win-win situation. There has been a high level of paternity fraud as of recent. Now, let me say this so you are all aware. It is not a recent thing. Do not put it on our generation. This is not a new thing. Paternity fraud has been going on since the time of, since the time of our ancestors, to be quite honest. If you do your research properly, you would find out that a lot of women sometimes have kids for men that aren't their partners and put the kids on their partners. The difference is, one, there was no globalization at the time, there was no digitalization at the time, there was no social media for the men to come cry wolf, there was no DNA testing for the man to find out or whatnot and whatnot. Sometimes in the olden days, the only way that the man finds out that the kids are in his is through the help of herbalists at the time. Let me also point out the fact that switching children at birth have been a thing. 3 years ago, a nurse of 25 years in one hospital in Ekiti State on her deathbed announced that during her career, she has switched over 127 children at birth. And when they asked her reason, she literally said she was bored or something like that. So do you see what these human beings do? Put families in this kind of precarious situations. And just imagine that the man, for some reason or the other, finds out that the child isn't his. Guess what? He's not going to care if the nurse might, or if there's a probability or possibility of somebody switching the kids at birth. The first thing he does is literally go straight to the fact that the wife cheated, which is kind of wrong. There are so many variables involved in this thing. So I can't even begin to analyze or begin to say if it's okay for the man to ask for a DNA test, or if it's wrong, or if it's whatnot. All I can say is whatever gives you peace of mind, whatever works for you. But if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you should be able to have a certain level of trust for the person. But in most cases, even those trusts are not rewarded. So essence being, reason why I'm saying it's a precarious situation. I cannot say which is which. I'm just going to give you, some of the variables that are also involved. And there's been a trend of some women saying, oh, men cheat, and now men are coming to cry wolf. Men impregnate women even when they are married and end up introducing the child to the wife and say, oh, this is one of my sons. I'll give you a short story. I once lived, growing up, I lived with a certain family for about 7 years. And, in the 5th year of marriage, this woman's husband literally walks into the house with a 26-year-old boy. 26, a full grown man, and just says to the wife, oh, hi, darling, this is my child. And he brings this grown-ass man to his wife and just says, oh, hi, this is my son. Remember that girl I was dating that period before we got married? Well, this is the child she has for me. After 5 years of marriage, it's bad. It's a bad thing. But then again, it does not excuse paternity fraud in no way. So you can't keep comparing both situations. Yes, men cheat since time immemorial. It is horrible. It is a shameful act. And you deciding to stay with the man who cheats is your choice. You deciding to stay in that relationship with that man or that marriage with the man, even though you find out that he cheated, is your choice. What he did is bad. It's inexcusable. But you cannot compare it to paternity fraud, because 2 wrongs never makes a right. Right? How about you tell the man that you slept with somebody and you're pregnant, and let him decide if he wants to stay, if he wants to raise the child. We need to stop excusing bad behavior because of the gender that does it. This is why gender war is a very annoying thing, especially on social media. This is why feminism has a bad name, even though most people do not even understand what feminism is about. Right? It is because most people that claim to be feminists try to excuse their bad behavior for men's bad behavior. You cannot excuse your flaw because of the flaw of someone else. Cheating is a character flaw. Paternity fraud is as a result of cheating, which is also a character flaw. Lying about the identity and the father of a child is a character flaw. So fix yourself. This DNA issue is a serious thing. It's been destroying a lot of families and a lot of lives. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. If you have anything contrary to what I said, you can also drop it as well. I'm your girl Tasha, and I'm going to bring you so much more amazing stuff. Same time, same channel. Do not forget to turn on the notification. Adios.